good, y'all? It's the one and only King Cal 516 live in the mix, and this is the Swish Flames Podcast. Be sure to check out our website, www.swishflames.com. Up at top of that website, you can see all the icons where the podcast gets streamed on the various streaming sites. So definitely check it out. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Definitely hit a comment on what you think about the various topics that we discuss. Today's topic, if you remember a couple of days ago, we did pros and cons of Dane Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers. We did a deep dive into some of the pluses that the Trailblazers did last season, some of the negatives, some of the additions they have moving forward to this season, what they have to do to take it to that next level of really contending. And so we did a deep dive. So today we're going to kind of address a couple of days ago, Dame Lillard did a post kind of on Instagram. And I just want to address that real quick, or what I feel like that post means. And so with that said, you can check it out on his Instagram page. I believe it's still his last post on Instagram that Dame Lillard basically addressed to me. It was him addressing the Portland Trailblazer fan base, and it basically said, "Back at it again, Rip City is my city." So back at it again, Rip City is my city. Now, why do I believe that Dame Lillard is doing his post and training camp hasn't even started? So it seems like a little early to be doing any kind of post like that, right? Well, here's why I think he did it, right? Now, just imagine this. Training camp starts for NBA teams at the end of this month. So you're still like maybe a little less than 3 weeks before training camp starts. So why would you do this if you're Dame? Well, I think Dame is a very smart guy that understands the Portland Trailblazer fan base might be a little antsy, and it might be fractured just a little bit with all the drama that happened this offseason. Now, I do believe that Dame was affected by the loss, and that Dame was really just really buckling down to really gauge with ownership of the Portland Trailblazers what are the plans moving forward. You know what I mean? I don't think Dame is thinking long-term right now with the Trailblazers. I think he's just a wait-and-see approach, and I think Dame is giving it this year to see if he likes this new direction that the Trailblazers are trying to go in. They didn't do any major offseason transactions, so he's got to be a guy looking at some of the things and how aggressive some of these other teams were this offseason, and of making big additions to improve the team tremendously, where his team did some minor stuff around the edges, in my opinion. I do like the new coaching hire of Chauncey Billups, but overall, I believe Dame has a wait-and-see approach. But I do believe that Dame wants the fan base to realize that he's really bought in, at least for this season. And I think that once training camp starts and he gets his first interview, I think he's going to double down more or less on this season. I don't think you're going to hear him do anything and say anything that's going to talk about long term. I think Dame's focus is going to be, let's see what we can do this season. And I think, once again, he'll address that when training camp starts. But I think this is just the opener of just trying to, restore what might be fractured. Even though I do not believe Dame Lillard did anything wrong. And I do believe that a lot of this past offseason was media hype and media-driven push, because the media seems to have an agenda when it comes to these superstar players in small markets when they're not accomplishing winning, to try to see and put the drama of pushing them to a bigger market. Remember, even up to last season, before Giannis re-signed with the Bucks, everybody was trying to push Giannis out the door too, right? But Giannis stayed, and then Giannis wins a championship. So I think Giannis winning a championship also shows Dame that it could be done. You know what I'm saying? But the team, if you look at the Bucks, the Bucks did certain things this past offseason. They brought in certain personnel that also really did help. They went all in on the table and did what they had to do to bring in a guy like Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? Then they went for PJ Tucker and got him. Those are two key additions with Giannis stepping up to the plate, with Chris Middleton improving the game, stepping up to the plate. And so it can be done, and Dame knows he can do it. But at the same time, everything has to fall in place correctly. It's not easy. And so he needs to be assured that management is going to move in a direction to put everything all in to give themselves the best chance of winning. And I think part of Dame kind of moving the way he did this offseason was also about leverage, using the leverage he has, or whatever leverage he was hoping that he have, to try to push the team into certain things. So that's why he might have been slow to respond. And then also, we got to give Dame the benefit of the doubt, because after the Trailblazers lost in round one of the playoffs, he had to go right into basically the U.S. team to try to win a gold medal. And they were off to a rocky start as well. So he had priorities, he had focuses going on. So his main goal wasn't trying to, let me just address the media every time they're trying to blow this out of proportion. No, of course. He's not going to be all ingrained in that at all. All right? So, once again, I think he understands, though, that everything that went on this summer, the fan base is going to be a little antsy. They're a little concerned. And so I think this is now his way of just showing the fan base that he's all in on this season. Don't worry about it. Let's see what we can do. And I think that's the vibe that this post is giving me. What do you guys think about it? Let me know what you think about that post that Dame Lillard put on his Instagram page. Back at it again, Rip City is my city. You know what I mean? I think he's just showing the Trailblazer fan base that he's bought all in for this season. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that means he's just thinking long term. I just think he's trying to address the community of Trailblazer fans for this season. Don't worry about it. He's all in. Let's see what we can do. And then from there, we'll see what happens next. With that said, it's your boy King Kyle 516. Remember, hit the comments. Let me know what you think about this. It's your boy King Kyle 516 signing off. This has been the Swish Flame Podcast.